Okay, we're live, boys. We're live. Smile. I'm not gonna lie to you guys though. I straight up left my mouse at work, which I'm gonna keep it a whole stack with you, is a tough scene. It's not great, I'll tell you that. I tried to I had to do stuff a little bit lazier than I normally do today. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a desktop with no mouse. I don't know why I wouldn't have my mouse, but you get the point. I took my laptop to work, did some stuff at work, took the mouse with me, and then I promptly left it on the desk. It's still on too, so it's just slowly losing battery. Oh, crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Crazy. Alright. Had to address the Snapchat from the lady. Yeah, how it be. What's going on, Kendall? Thanks for tuning in and hanging out for a little bit. Let's keep it upbeat, right? Hanging out with the community tonight. Appreciate you coming out. Anybody who's here, by the way, that has not said you are here, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to tune in, hang out with your boy. Heads up to you guys. Next week, I will not be streaming. The following week, I will not be streaming as well. It has everything to do with the fact that I took on that project from work. Next week, so a week from today, when I normally would be live streaming here on YouTube, I will actually be doing a rehearsal for the live stream for the annual meeting, and then the annual meeting itself is the following week. So 2 weeks in a row, unfortunately both on Thursdays, unlucky, and I don't have myself available the rest of the week. I also will not be putting out a video the Monday between those two. So there'll be a video this upcoming Monday, no stream Thursday, no video the following Monday, no stream Thursday. Next thing will be a video. So I'm also going back to Twitch as well. I'm not leaving YouTube at all. In fact, the same level of content that you've come to expect, that hour-long live stream as well as the video on Mondays, you will still see. It'll resume, I guess I should say, after the middle of April. So, but yeah. So we just got some good stuff, man. Keeping myself busy. But if you're here yet and you haven't done the solid yet of clicking that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it if you do that. For some reason, we keep creeping back towards 300 subscribers. We were at like 307 and we're just like steadily losing them. I'm like, did I get sub-botted? What happened? Did I really make that controversial of a video? Like, it just cracks me up. I'm honestly not stressed about it. It just makes me smile. But guys, definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and like or dislike the video, man. If you dislike this video and you condemn it in that way, man, that's all right. I'll still love you. It's all good. All good in the hood, as the kids say. You should dislike it for that. Anyway, we're going to talk about an interesting thing tonight, and I would encourage you guys to really be attentive. It's something that has really been on my mind a lot lately. I've been realizing that there's this phrase that floats around from time to time, especially lately. There's been a lot of it where people use this phrase, "I'm sorry, I just don't have time." And I'm not going to spoil it, but short version is, yes, we do. So we're going to get into that here in just a second. I don't know why these little baby hairs right here just will not conform. Like, I've tried hairspraying them. I don't know if I got like a little calyx thing going on, but there's the ponytail, by the way. These guys are wondering its length. Getting pretty intense. Starting to, anyway. Yes, it's all the way over to that side for a reason. There's your comparison. It's because that's where the hair is the longest right now. It's not the longest in the center because of how I was originally growing it. So, there you go. Now you know. I do love the lo-fi beats. I do love me some lo-fi beats. What's going on, Todd? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Listen, here's the thing, you guys. We're going to talk about... I'm going to take these headphones off because I feel like I'm talking really loud and it has nothing to do with you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay by just throwing a 1 in the chat if you wouldn't mind, or a 2 if you really feel inclined, or if you really just want to be a rebel, put a random number in chat. I get it. So here's the thing. From time to time throughout my life, I have found myself very frustrated with a phrase that I hear very frequently. I hear people use this phrase, and here it is. The phrase is, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. And that sounds like it's like, all right, whatever, David. That people use that phrase all the time. Yes, they do. They shouldn't. So, here's the thing. I invite people, let's say locally, to go out and get a coffee sometime. And they're like, man, my life's just too busy. I'm so sorry. I just don't have time. I want you guys to understand something. We all have the same amount of time in a day. That's the one thing that no matter how much money you make, no matter how wealthy you are, no matter your social status, you have the same amount of you have the same 24 hours in a day. You might spend 9 of them being asleep, 8 of them being asleep. So we'll say 16 hours. You have 16 hours where you are awake, and you have those 16 hours, 7 days every single week to prioritize. The short version of what I'm about to share with you is that when people tell you they just don't have time, what they're actually saying to you is that you are just not a priority to me right now. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, so hear me out. When I was in Idaho especially, I had this problem where I would invite people to go out to coffee, right? Especially dudes. I'd be like, hey guys, I'm trying to build friendships locally. I've got a couple of solid friendships online with Kevin and Carl. Kevin's been a friend of mine since the 4th grade. Carl and I have been friends we just crossed 3 years almost, I believe. And I've got those, they're my closest friends. I have other friends, but they are by far my closest friends. And I'd like to develop some friendships that are in person, IRL, however you want to phrase it. And even pre-pandemic, I use that term loosely, I had the hardest time with people that would just say, man, I just don't have time. I'm so sorry. And then you'd find out the following week through the grapevine that they had spent time going out with other people, right? They would have gone out with other friends. They would have gone out to dinner. Maybe they went out on a date, whatever it may be. And I really found myself frustrated because whenever I get asked if I can do something, I always tell them why if I say no. For instance, even today, even right before stream, there is a lady that lives in the same building that I do. And she has had a surgery that makes it difficult for her to maneuver things with her arms. And I'm like, okay. So I've kind of made myself available to her if she needs anything. Her husband is a truck driver, and he's out on the road a lot. So I'm like, yeah, I'd be glad to help you, right? And I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. I swear to you, I'm not. It's just the most recent example of this that comes to mind. She texted me about 30 minutes before stream started and said, hey, I could really use your help with something. There's something that I brought in that's a big package, but it's right in the middle of the floor, and I don't know where to put it, and I don't think I have the strength to do it. All right, no big deal. So I had 2 options at that point. I could have said, I'm sorry, I just don't have time, which isn't true. Or I can do what I did, which was say, yes, but I just need a few minutes to get ready for my live stream. I came back down, and I took care of what she needed, because she was a priority to me in that moment. I chose actively to make helping her and assisting her and moving that a priority, because that was important to me. Now, for instance, and I'm gonna hit some of you pretty hard, I feel like, with this next one. If you're dating someone and you say to them, hey, what are you doing tonight? And they go, oh, I'm just hanging out. And then you go, do you want to do a video call? Yeah, but I just don't really have time. You don't have time to sit on a video call for like 10 minutes? What you got going on is going to take the whole night, right? I have a very busy schedule, and I want to make sure that this is understood. I have a very busy schedule. Right now, I work from 7:30 to 4:30 with an hour-long lunch in the middle somewhere there. 7:30 a.m., 4:30 p.m. is my work schedule, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I work Saturday shift. It's a 4-hour shift when I do. Usually the following week I get to make up for that because they don't like paying overtime, which is fair. So I work a 40-hour week job. I also create content with just the YouTube channel for about 8 hours a week, including the 1-hour live stream. Okay, this includes planning, recording, editing, setup, takedown, all this stuff. About 8 hours a week, roughly. So there's 48 hours. And I forget the number of hours that I spend awake, so we're gonna do that math real quick. 16 hours a day times 7 days in a week, 112 hours. Right now I've used 48 of them. So I have 64 hours outside of them. I still need to eat, still need to shower, still need to do all that kind of stuff. Let's say just for kicks, that takes 2 hours a day, 14 hours gone. Boom. You now have 50 hours. And you have 50 hours every single week, and I have to decide what I'm gonna do with that. So my priorities are to continue to grow my content, but that's not my primary that's not my primary focus. For me, my priority is grow my relationship with Christ, grow my relationship deeper and more intimate with Rachel, and I don't mean that in like a physical sense, so don't make it weird. And coupled with Arthur, obviously, they're right there at this tied for second place right now of my priorities. My third place is to continue to create solid content that is fairly well planned, fairly well executed, and creative. And then my fourth priority is to get out of debt. So I have to prioritize my life accordingly. So, but that doesn't mean that there are days like this whole week I've had to basically, Rachel will be like, hey, do you want to come over? And I'm like, do I want to come over? Yes. But I've had to tell her, like, unfortunately, I've got other things I have to do tonight. That doesn't mean I don't have time. That's me being honest. When people tell you they don't have time, they are making an excuse. And that's what I want you to know. They are unwilling to tell you in one way or another that you are just not a priority to them. Speaking of priorities, I don't know if you guys can hear that at all, but there's an ice cream truck outside, so I'll be right back. No, I'm just kidding. There is actually an ice cream truck. That is not an April Fool's thing, but I'm not actually going to go out and get ice cream. I hope what I said made sense to you guys, but I want to have an open dialogue about this. What are your guys' thoughts? When I tell you guys that when people say I just don't have time, it's just an excuse, what comes to mind? Do you think that I'm full of crap? Do you think that that's actually a fair thing to observe? What do you guys think? And be completely honest, but be respectful, if you would, please. And after we get done with this conversation, I'll kind of share with you guys what I've got coming as far as the content stuff. Yo, grab me one of them Sonic popsicles while you're out there. Man, I'm about to go into keto. I'm clearing out all the food that is non-keto in my apartment right now. Kind of eating out all that food. Not eating out to eat. What in the world? I'm eating all of that food so that I don't have any options. That's the whole point, is to eliminate all other options except keto-friendly foods. I'm going to do keto for like 60 days at most, or until I get down to 200 pounds. Whichever one of those comes first. So, but for real, if you guys have any thoughts on that whole concept of time, I think that time management is one of the things that my generation struggles with. We fail to realize that when we're up in the morning, the first thing we do is grab our phones, unlock it, go to your favorite social media app, and then just scroll for hours on end. And then you realize, oh crap, I need to be to work, and you're almost late to work. Like, dang. If you just managed your time better. How many people do you know that are 30 and younger that are constantly late to work? I can tell you right now, 2 of my coworkers every single day are habitually 5 minutes late. Which doesn't sound like a big deal. It's 5 minutes, right? It's 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. The underlying problem is what the problem is, though. Imagine if they left their homes 10 minutes early. Imagine if they left their homes 10 minutes early. Not only would they be on time, they'd be 5 minutes early, in theory, right? Can you guys hear that? Tell me you guys can hear that. It may be noise gated out, but it's actually getting loud. Very distracting. I'm putting on my headphones. I'm literally getting distracted because the inner fat kid is like, go get ice cream. Hang on. Get these headphones on. Oh, that's better. Perfect. You're usually 15 to 20 minutes early, and that's kind of how I am too. Like, I have to be to work at 7:30. I usually get there about 7:15, 7:20. So I'm usually 10 to 15 minutes early. And I just sit in my car until they're ready to open the credit union up to let us in. So I guess my point is, time management is so important, you guys. And I just want to share that with you because I truly believe that if we would all budget our money and budget our time the same way by looking at how much we have allotted to us and then prioritizing our time and our money accordingly and coming up with a plan, I feel like we'd be more successful overall in our goals in life. If you want to pursue a career, then you got to plan the time for it, right? Scoot, I'm going to borrow you as an example. I hope that's okay. Is it all right if I talk about what you want to do for your career? I just want to make sure. As long as it's okay with you, I'll talk about it. But if it's not, I won't. You got to do reverse of keto so you can gain some weight. Crazy. Scoot said, a guy in my cohort at school is getting lectured by my professor pretty much every day now because he's 35 to 60 minutes late. Dang. Holy crap, dude, I'd fire him. I don't even care. Kick him out of the class. That's ridiculously disrespectful. Right on, Todd. I'm kind of the same way. I get up at about 5:45 and I don't have to be to work till 7:30. So I get up about almost 2 hours before I have to be to work because that gives me time enough to wake up and be somewhat cognizant by the time I get there. Okay. Every class? Oh, dude, 100%. If there's 2 classes a day and he's 30 to 60 minutes late, screw that. Nope. You are never going to make it in the real world. You are going to be fired in a week. Guaranteed. Not you, Scoot. Obviously, this kid. But speaking of Scoot in chat, if I'm not mistaken, wants to do things in machining. I don't know. He's gotten a few specific offers and stuff. One I know was kind of like, ooh, that's very humbling, but also very terrifying. I remember him telling me about that, I think last night while we were gaming. But anyway, if Scoot wants to be the best of the best in that and begin to give himself more value, right, you got to work 40 hours a week. So if you're going to work 40 hours a week, do something that you enjoy, number one. If you can at all help it, do something that you love. Once you find that thing that you love, become passionate about it. Usually that's pretty easy at that point. And you're going to spend more time outside of work learning how to perfect your craft so that every time you clock in, you become more and more valuable to your employer, who will then in turn, more likely than not, provide you with more income, which provides you more opportunities outside of work. You can go out and do more vacations. You can invest into your hobbies. You can do whatever, right? Go on cool vacations or whatever it is that you're into. But if you don't prioritize your time will prioritize itself. And what you will find is that you have become an expert in how to navigate through Netflix, how to navigate through YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever your binge-worthy platform is. You will become incredibly good at that, but you will not be good at much of anything else. And that's what I've really realized is I've got to prioritize my time. I've always made the excuse for my health as far as like cooking and stuff. I just don't have the money for that. Make it a priority. How do you make healthier food less expensive? There are ways to do it. You just have to focus on how to make it happen, right? So I had to make it a priority. I'm making it a priority. On Saturday, my grocery list looks drastically different than it ever has because of how much of a priority I've made this change, right? In my time, I also, coupled with that change, I have to cook more, which means I need to spend more time cooking, which means I need to prioritize that time to spend cooking, researching recipes, learning how to cook chicken better than I ever have before, right? So I'm just like, okay, my point I'm making is that I'm going to improve my health. I'm going to improve my financial situation. I am making all those things a priority. I am doing everything that I can reasonably to go through all of the things that I need to get done or want to get done, the goals that I have in life. And I'm prioritizing the time to make it happen. I'm prioritizing the money to make it happen. And I just got to tell you guys, man, whatever it is you want to do in life, it's okay. Unless you want to do something horribly illegal. Like if you want to be a career murderer, I'm going to have to tell you I'm not okay with that. But like, you get the idea, right? I'm sorry if I just burst one of your bubbles. But can't condone that. Scoot's like, dang it, I said machining, but there went all my hopes and dreams. But listen, guys, prioritizing your time and your money and your resources in general is such a wise thing to do. And I want to encourage you, if you are one of those people that's realizing right now, like, dang, I need to prioritize my time. I've got all these goals, but I'm not going towards any of them in any way with my time. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand because this isn't church. I'm not going to ask you to come forward because also this is not church. But what I am going to ask you to do is right where you're at, I want to encourage you to just spend some time researching time management tools. One of the best time management tools that I have found is Google Calendar. 90% of us use some kind of calendar app on our phone, right? Your phone likely has a calendar app. If you're on Android, Google Calendar, I believe, is the default. If you're on Apple, you do have a calendar app that is very good. I'm not an Apple guy. I would still recommend you use Google Calendar on an Apple phone because I think it's better. But you can create reminders. You can create tasks like to-do lists. You can create time blocks. Like, let me see, because I can't capture my screen, unfortunately, on this laptop. But what I can do is I can pull up the calendar app. Let me make sure I don't have any like locations or anything turned on. Yeah, I do actually have a lot of locations turned on, but none of them are my house. So, and you already know where I work. Okay. Come on, refocus. There's time blocks, right? Time blocks for every little thing I'm doing. And I block out that time so I know what I got to do. So when someone says, hey, what are you doing on Saturday? I can be like, you know what? I don't actually know what I'm doing on Saturday. Let's look. You know what? This Saturday, I'm literally wide open until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon when Rachel gets off work and we're going to spend some time together. Why? What you got? And they'll be like, man, I wanted to go do this. Sick. I'm in. Or sometimes I look at my Saturday and I go, no, actually, I'm working this Saturday. It helps me keep myself organized, number one. It helps me prioritize my time, number two. And it helps me really intentionally block out time for things that are important to me. I intentionally block out time with Rachel and her family on Sundays. I know for a fact, and this just recently changed. It used to be Saturday nights. But I just recently reminded myself, I'm like, dang, I want to spend more time with them intentionally. Sundays are a great day for it. We go to church together. I get up early. I serve first service, go to second service with her and her family. After that, I come over. They typically have dinner with her grandparents every Sunday. They want me to be there. Her grandparents have literally said they want me there every Sunday if at all possible. And I think that's amazingly humbling. I'm super blessed by that. And I'm like, you know what? That is a priority to me. What a blessing that her grandparents and her family want me over for dinner. Their family dinner they do every week. They want me there. What a blessing, right? So I'm choosing to prioritize my time. And instead of doing Saturday nights, I switch it to Sunday nights. So that on Saturdays, Rachel, when she's off work, we go get Arthur from where he's being watched for the day. We go together for a couple of hours, usually go to dinner or something, or we go driving around for a couple hours. And then she goes back home and I come back home. And I got the evening to game with the boys or work on whatever. Like this weekend, I'm getting my computer. Yes, I know that sounds weird because I'm on one, but I bought a desktop so that I can start gaming streaming, which I'll come back to that in a second. But I got to set my computer up this weekend, right? So when I'm done with hanging out with Rachel, I'm going to come home and work on my computer, get it rocking, get it rolling, right? But let's touch on that for a second. We should probably bring it up and talk about it for just a second. If you're here right now and you didn't know that I streamed on Twitch primarily before I streamed on YouTube, well, now you know. I don't think that's very many of us. I think most of us are aware that I was a Twitch streamer before I was a YouTube streamer. But I just want to let you guys know I will be streaming on Twitch again starting April 20th. That was not intentional. I never thought of it as 420. No, I just know that I'm going to be streaming Tuesday through Thursday plus Saturday, excuse me. Except for the weekends that I do work. But other than that, Tuesday through Thursday and most Saturdays. And it's just going to be game streams. Super chill, super vibey. Nothing too crazy. I'm not sure what I'm going to be gaming with yet, or like gaming, like what game I'm going to play. There we go. Might be Apex, might be 7 Days, might be something completely different. I have no idea. I've been Shadeless over on Twitch plays a game called Scum. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with that, but he has given me an access code to it, and that was completely free to me. So at some point, I will very likely end up hitting him up for a collab. We'll play together. And that kind of stuff will be occurring over there. So if you're into games and stuff and you want to come chill with the community, I actually have almost 2,000 followers over there, so we do have a fairly large community. You guys are more than welcome to come hang out over there if you are at all interested. Daily reminder set for 5:30 a.m. Get shredded. David choosing a streaming platform be like, uh-oh. I'm worried about what's coming next. It's like a drum roll. He's probably typing something super funny out right now. How did I just perfectly balance myself like this? My feet are not on the ground, hand to God. Like I can't show my feet, because if I do that, the balance will be off, and I'm not that flexible. So you're just gonna have to trust me. But see, now my feet are on the ground. But like right back here, I just like locked in, like midway between all the way back. Trying to turn the chair, but I have no core. Thought you weren't going back to Twitch? Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. And I knew I was going to get a lot of this from everybody. And it's fair. Try not to beat me up too much about it, though, because I want to be completely vulnerable with you guys. I hate how indecisive I am. It's something I'm actually super self-conscious about. I literally hate it. I genuinely do. This is not an April Fool's thing. This is not at all a joke. This is very serious. I despise how indecisive I can be and how impulsive I can be. This decision to stream on Twitch was not impulsive. This was something that, after I talked to a bunch of folks, got convicted for not reaching gamers anymore. I'm just live streaming. It's not the same. I mean, you guys have to understand, this time I lost a lot too. I didn't just give the community whiplash. I literally sold all of my gaming gear because I stopped being there. Yeah, sorry. It does. I literally do get kind of choked up about it, so, because I hate it. It's one of my least favorite things about myself, something I'm working on. But I know you guys are just teasing, by the way. I do know that. But I'm just letting you know so that you understand. But the short version of why I'm going back to Twitch for my gaming streams is because gamers are on Twitch, period, for live streams. They just are at this point in the market. They really, really are. My YouTube channel is also not about gaming. So if I start streaming live, like games on YouTube, but then the rest of the week, you know, my videos are on photography or vlogs, it's like, that doesn't really work with the YouTube algorithm. So putting my gaming content on Twitch makes a lot of sense. Plus, clips are way, way, way nicer on Twitch. So I plan on using Twitch as a tool. YouTube's going to be my tool for algorithm growth and those kinds of things. Growing that, and I can basically be like, also, by the way, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday through Sunday and most Saturdays. Links in the description. Feel free to follow me there. So as the YouTube channel grows, that'll kind of trickle over to Twitch. Could be a little bit more authentic. The other thing I'm going to be doing is, I mean, don't sleep on TikTok, right? Holy crap. That platform has a huge opportunity to go viral or make someone go viral. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be using Twitch and then clips from Twitch editing those probably once or twice a week and throwing them up on TikTok, just like my best ones of the week kind of thing. So we'll be figuring that out. I'll be ironing that out. But I've got some plans. I'm excited. So thank you guys for riding with me, man. I know it's been crazy. Mittens is funny, though. I love that. I swear, you can't make up your mind. First is Switch, then Mixer. Didn't you come from Mixer, Mittens? No. No, you didn't come from Mixer. You came from Jono, right? He rated me once or twice. Well, he's rated me a lot more than that, but I think you were in one of those. Then YouTube, now back to Twitch. Well, and to be clear, I'm not abandoning YouTube. I'm going to continue to make the content I've been making on YouTube, the live stream and the video. But I'm just adding content on Twitch. That is one thing that does make this decision very different, is I'm not completely abandoning a platform. I'm just adding a platform. That's all. So, did you unadd me as a friend on Discord, or were we never friends? I don't actually add a lot of people on Discord. I typically only do that for like collabs, because I don't like to have to use people's Discords, including mine. I try not to make that the thing unless they offer. But you can ask Jono anytime he and I want to collaborate. I have to rejoin his Discord because he refuses to just let me call him. And I just leave the Discord because I hate being a part of multiple Discords because I never participate. I feel like I'm just hanging out, and I don't like that. And I just get blown up with all the at everyone notifications, and I'm not a fan. So it's nothing against you, Todd, but you're a part of the Discord, so you can message me that way. It's kind of the way that I've thought. You know what I'm saying? You came from one of Jono's raids. I thought you did, Mittens. I was pretty sure you had. So checks to see if we're still Discord friends. And there's some people, like I believe Scoot, I think we are, but I don't know. There are some people that I hang out with so frequently and Discord calls so frequently that they're my friends that way because it's just easier to find them. But that's all. But yeah, I am definitely excited. Do you guys have any, like, for those of you that have enjoyed my gaming content in the past, I want to ask you guys especially, real talk, be completely real. What was your favorite game you ever watched me stream? And I know one of you is you're gonna say Ark. Don't. Even if that's your honest answer, I can't go back to Ark. The reason I'm asking you guys is because I'm thinking about what I want to stream when I get back to streaming on Twitch. So besides Ark, because I just can't go back down that road. So Fork. I mean, you can say Fortnite, but I'm still probably not going to do it. Was it really one of your favorites, or are you just memeing? Be completely real, guys. I actually want to know what you guys really like. But David, I feel attacked. Hey, you identified yourself. All I'm going to say. But I knew you were going to bring it out because you loved watching it. That one in WoW for you. I think you really enjoyed me playing. I'm not gonna. All right, fair enough. So I really enjoyed, I'll be honest, I enjoyed streaming Apex, and I also enjoyed playing 7 Days. The live streams will be shorter in length for the first little while. So I'm trying to debate. It'll probably be one game per stream rather than splitting the stream up. I used to do that at one point. MC. What am I saying? I don't know. MC, we gotta bring back the Minecraft server. Yes and no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I go through phases with Minecraft. Minecraft for me, there comes a point where it's just no longer fun. I'm not saying that if you like Minecraft, that you're not a great person or something horrible. Minecraft is a phase thing for me, man. And I know, like, some people will be like, man, get into modded Minecraft. I can't be bothered, to be honest. But I appreciate you sharing that, and I'm glad to know that Minecraft's a thing you enjoy. And I know that's something that you're real big on. But he did mention that 7 Days and Apex, all that except Fortnite. Fair enough. So 7 Days and Apex are games that were pretty much a staple for me. Oh, there you go. Scoop mentioned Apex, 7 Days, The Craft, nice, and PUBG. I haven't played PUBG in a while. Also, that's just how Minecraft works. You go on a Minecraft spree, play hundreds of hours in like 3 months, and then die for 6 to 8. That's true. But then you have people like Todd, who I feel like play it fairly frequently, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think once I get the PC and everything set up, I do intend to see how it works functionally and stuff for Apex, because I would like to at least stream Apex a little bit. I've thought about going back and doing like community stuff again, because I really didn't mind doing that where we rotated through people. The only struggle I had with community days is that community days was really meant to say thank you to those of you that tuned in the rest of the week, right? So like if we did a community Saturday, it was meant to say thank you to those who were tuning in Tuesday through Thursday. But what we ended up with a lot was people that would just show up on Saturday. They wouldn't even watch the stream. They'd just get in the queue. I know this because I can track all that data. They'd just join the queue and they would never watch the stream. Because I know this especially because I'd call some of them. I'd be like, all right, you guys, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. You guys got 30 seconds, so to let me know you're in the chat. And then I wouldn't hear from them. And then I would skip them in the queue. And they would tune back into the stream to look. And they would be like, what, you skipped me? Well, you weren't here on stream. So it just got really awkward. So I'd have to figure out how to do that in a better way. But, yeah. Todd said, me too. I've been playing Minecraft for 14 years, but I occasionally play. But the 1.17 update will be released within 1 to 3 months. I think that says 3. Sorry. Which will change completely, overhaul the world generation above ground and underground. Interesting. I'm glad they're still making the game like drastically different each time. That's good. That's good. Keeping fresh content for especially the Minecraft creators, man. They need that, man. But I gotta be honest, if I'm looking at a survival game, 7 days is where it's at for me, man. It just is. It's the graphics are obviously a different. I'm not trying to say that Minecraft is like just doesn't care about their graphics. They do, obviously, but it's just not. It's not my favorite style. I love the realism in art in Ark. No, I don't love the realism in Ark. I love the realism in 7 Days to Die. I love that there's a challenge every 7 days, and then it gets more and more difficult as time goes on. Like, I genuinely love 7 Days to Die. The struggle I had with it before was just one of the skins got updated for one of the zombies, and I felt like it was a stumbling block for me. But I think when I go back, I am actually going to set my stream to mature audiences only. So not because I'm trying to avoid, teenagers, but at least at that point, if they tune in and they see a zombie that's a little scantily clad, they can't be like, "Ree, you gave me this. I'm a young person. Look how impressionable I am. I watched this and now not my fault, dude." It kind of takes that off of my shoulders, so I don't have to worry about it as much. So that's the way I think about it anyway. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I am heavily craving a pizza today. Like, heavily craving. If it weren't so late at night, I would probably have ordered one. I'm really glad it is as late as it is, though, because I am genuinely trying very hard to kick all of my food out of here by eating it, obviously, and then go into keto, which I know that's going to be something I will do on keto. Is I will actually probably need to. I know there's keto pizza. What is it called? Crust. There we go. Keto pizza crust. That's a thing. And I've heard there's actually a really good one because I know Rachel's mom does keto pizzas sometime, and I've never had them, but they just buy the dough for it and then they put their own toppings on them. They do a pizza night every once in a while. So definitely know that exists. My bigger concern would be the sauce, because what you're really avoiding in keto is sugar and carbohydrates. And I would think a lot of the pizza sauce has a fair amount of sugar in it, unfortunately. I mean, you don't think it would, but it really does. So I just have to be picky with what I buy. Might even just make my own homemade pizza sauce. Mom made a really good sauce at one point. I'll have to hit her up for that recipe. Make that. Make keto pizza one night. And that's something else I think would be kind of fun to do on like Twitch streams and stuff. Is like, you know, maybe not a scheduled stream, but just like a, hey, I'm going to be cooking. So I'm going to hook up my laptop and my webcam and that camera right there and just make some great content, right? I think that'd be sick. You know what I mean? Todd says, I've recently been playing Dead by Daylight Valheim. Isn't that the Viking themed? I feel like it's an MMO, but I don't know. Siege. I would play 7 Days to Die, but I like playing it with people, but nobody I know has the game. I have the game? What do you mean? Do you have it on PC, Todd? Scoot says, when you go back, I might get 7 days to play with you, if you'll have me, that is. Sounds like we might need to look into a server at some point. There's enough of you guys that... And we had a 7-day server. We just had a lot of... We had a younger person, I don't remember who it was, but we had a younger person playing that trolled a lot, and no matter what we did to put safeguards in, we eventually had to boot him from the server, and that was really awkward. So... It's a co-op survival, I believe. Yes, you can also play it solo as well. So... Enough of you guys? Yeah, there's 2 of you. But I also know that Carl and Kevin and Kevin's wife enjoy it. So that's 3 more. So we'd have 4, including me there. 2, that's 6. That's quite a few people for a good 7-day server. You know? I don't know what the cap is on a server, but I know it's quite a bit higher than 6. So I just have to figure out how to kind of filter it. I might eventually, when I do that, it may be a sub-only server. Make it a sub perk on Twitch. Not because I'm trying to make a bunch of money, but because if I'm going to be spending money on the server, it kind of makes sense. You know? You have most of the games I have? Yeah, I don't have a lot of games, so I'm not surprised that you have most of the ones that I have. It's at least 7. Nice. I see what you did there. I see. My brain is just all over the place right now, guys. But thank you for tuning in tonight, man. I really do appreciate it. We aren't done yet. We still got a little bit more time. I can show you guys. Do you guys want to see the keyboard that I bought and stuff just for kicks? While we're kind of just hanging, just chilling. Make sure I'm about to... My shirt tries to come up quite a bit. We don't want that. Let me make sure. Okay. That's where my address. Alright, so I can show you this. Alright. Bought this keyboard. It's a G213 from Logitech. Can't show you this. They wrote my apartment number on both sides of the box. Unlucky. Yeah, from now on I'm not ordering anything to be sent here either. I'm really upset with how my apartment's been managing the packages. It's been really frustrating. I'll have to go into that here shortly. I looked it up. Servers officially only support up to 8 people. I bet you it's 8 people at a time, because I know you can have multiple logged, like, you can only have 8 people logged in, I bet. What if I do? What do you mean, what if I do? What if you do what? Unofficially, you can usually get away up to 12 servers, or 12 players on a server without issue. Gotcha. So my apartment, when I order stuff sent here, if it's not sent through literally Amazon, like if Amazon delivers it, not FedEx, UPS, or USPS, but if Amazon delivers it, it ends up at my front door. But if it's UPS, FedEx, or the Postal Service, it goes to the front office, which is only open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, with Saturday hours being from 10 to 2 or 10 to 1. So I literally have to wait the whole week to get my package, or I have to drive back to my apartment on my lunch, which means I don't eat. So I found out that I can actually, my job's okay with me ordering packages to be sent to my work. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do that. Plus, I don't have to deal with the office at that point. Depending on your server specs, you can go higher to 16 to 20, but that requires a fairly reliable server with daily restarts to ensure stability. I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I had to order. I didn't have to order. So here's what I've got coming, guys. I've got the monitor over there is a 24-inch Acer monitor that's 1080p, 144 hertz refresh, and a 1 millisecond response time. Great monitor. And I'm just going to use that monitor for my gaming PC. And then the laptop here, this will become not a streaming PC. I'll actually do everything on the desktop. But this one will become where I see chat and alerts. It'll essentially be treated as a second monitor that also happens to have another PC with it. Not a big deal. Selling this computer is not worth doing just because of how low end it is. I wouldn't get a whole bunch of money for it. So I'll do that. So then I ordered the keyboard, monitor, the PC itself. PCs right now are a joke, so I went ahead and bought a budget build because if you buy anything above $1,000, it's either out of stock or grossly overpriced for what it is. I paid $850 for a Ryzen 5 3600X. Or 3600, excuse me. Ryzen 5 3600. RX 580. I think it's the 4 gig variant. I know there's an 8 gig, but I think it's the 4. 8 gigs of RAM, 240 gig SSD, and a 2 terabyte mechanical drive. I also, just today, I ordered a 16 gigabyte kit of RAM to replace the 8 gigs. So I will have a total of 16. I didn't want to try and get the exact same model to go to 24. I'm just not that worried about it. 16 gigs of RAM. And then I also ordered a 16 gig kit that's a higher frequency for my laptop. So I'll be able to upgrade both of them to 16 gigs of RAM. They'll be fairly equivalent at that point as far as like literally just hardware comparison. But obviously my PC will slightly outperform the laptop just because it's a PC, it's a desktop. And what are the other two things? Oh, I ordered a mic arm because I actually still have my old microphone. If you guys remember it, well, I can just show you. That guy. The Electro Voice RE320. Still have that, the shock mount and everything for it. So I ordered a new boom arm that attaches to my desk. The Rode PSA-1, for those of you that are familiar. I also got a Focusrite 2i2. It's a 2 XLR input just for future proofing. So I like how you walked around the chair instead of just turning the other way. Let me show you why. Yeah, my microphone's on a boom pole over here. Uh-oh. Go back. You didn't want to go back down. That's why, because if I just walked right over there, I had to walk around essentially anyway. Mitten said, I don't know if you plan to do this or if you could, but could you technically do a 2 PC setup so the laptop captures everything and streams it so it's less stress on your desktop? Potentially, and I'm open to that. I didn't do a capture card though, and the laptop would essentially have to capture both this camera and a capture card, which I know it's not capable of doing just because of performance issues. But there is NDI. I've never ever messed with that, and I've heard that it is awful to try and set up for audio especially. So I mean, we'll see, we'll see what happens with it, but I am open to that. If you know anything about NDI streaming, Mittens, I would be open to your thoughts. Trying to keep up here. Sorry, guys. But yes, I've definitely thought about it. You don't personally, that's okay. That's part of the reason I'm getting the 16 gigs of RAM as well. I may actually try and like go to like Best Buy and buy a capture card and try, because I don't know for sure at that point if I upgrade this to 16 gigs of RAM, I don't know how well the performance would do on the PC. So it may be better. It may just be a RAM issue, but hang on just a second, guys. The lady Snapchatted. Shall we Snapchat her back? You guys want to say hi, Rachel, in chat? Just type hi, Rachel. She'd freaking love it. She's having a rough day, and I'm not even just saying that. That's what she just told me. So if you guys want to say hi, Rachel, in chat, she would absolutely love that. Throw some hearts or something. I know when I eventually get my new PC, mostly because a lot of stuff is out of stock, I'll probably use my old computer for streaming and my main one for gaming if I decide to stream. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. No? None of you guys want to do that? That or you're just typing out a really long message. I'm just going to give you a second. Because I know there's also a delay. So if any of you guys want to do that, I don't want to take that opportunity from you just because I got impatient. Because, you know, I'm never impatient or anything. It's alright. It's fine, chat. I'll just do it. You're good. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mittens. Thank you, Todd. She'll really love that, guys. She really likes being here on, like, in the stream chat, like, you know, hanging out with you guys. She really does love that. She's working tonight, and I guess work's been a rough day for her. So, hoping that sending a little encouragement will be encouraging. So, anyway, yeah, so I'm definitely I would definitely try. And the reason I said Best Buy is because it's probably going to be about the same price at Best Buy as it would be online for the most part, and they do price match. But they have a 14-day return policy, no questions asked. So my plan is to get the Elgato capture card, and if it works well, and I can capture the stream and do all that still, then I'll go ahead and do a 2PC stream. I just don't know. The audio side of it's going to be a pain, from what I've understood. I'd have to look into it. I hope she remembered the VIN number joke too. I gotta go to sleep, but I will stay in touch. Hit me up whenever you got time to game and stuff. Hey, Todd, I appreciate you, homie. If you ever see me on and you want to jump in, just shoot me a message on Discord for sure. And I will definitely do the same to you. Get some good sleep tonight, brother. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. Gosh, it's itchy right there. You ever just have like a really aggressive itch on your arm? No? Just me? Okay. Figured I'd ask. So, yeah. I'm excited to see how things go over the next little while, guys. Got a lot of stuff coming, and I'm hopeful that we can blow up on TikTok once we start getting some good clips on Twitch again. That reminds me, I need to go through my Twitch clips. I need to leave myself a note. I'm gonna see if there's some that I could queue up in TikTok that are just older, just to get the ball rolling on it and get used to editing and stuff. So, okay. Gotta go over to Twitter now. Man, why are people getting tomorrow off? What the heck am I missing? What the heck? Oh man, this little Nas stuff, man. Right? Been really convicted of that lately. There is speaking truth, and there is speaking truth in love. For me, it was just a very bizarre thing, and disturbing deeply for sure. But at the same time, I just saw a tweet while I was looking really quick there, and I've been getting convicted by God of this the last couple days too. This concept, but the tweet said some of us forget that God, if Little Nas repented today, God would forgive him. Crazy. It's very true. Very, very true. I really wish I wasn't so keen to jump on stuff like that, man. It's another big pet peeve of me, from me. Yeah, that's true. It is Easter weekend. I'm excited, man, for Easter. I'm always excited, but I get to run camera for the first time ever for an Easter thing, and I literally have no idea what to expect. So, crazy. All right, guys. Well, I know I'm going to need to use the restroom here in a second. I know that may be TMI, but rather than BRBing and coming back for like 2 minutes and then ending stream, I'm just going to go ahead and end a couple minutes early. I appreciate y'all. Thank you seriously for coming out, chilling, being a part of the community, being part of the stream. I sincerely appreciate you. You guys know who you are. Stop trying to focus on my face. I'm trying to point at the people. Stop. There we go. You guys know who you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I'll keep you guys updated. Again, no video on Monday. No stream next week. No video. Wait. There is a video Monday. Sorry, I got this backwards. Video Monday. No stream next week. No video the next Monday. No stream. Follow me on Twitter. I'll post reminders. It'll just be easier. Appreciate y'all. Sincerely. Thank you for every single one of you who took time out of your day to tune into the stream, to participate in conversation. I'm excited to get back into things, man, and really get back into the swing. It's going to be good. It's a blessing. Appreciate y'all. Any of you guys saying anything where I'm missing it here? Nah. All right. Love y'all. I'll see you guys Monday for the video. All right.